The Western Cape High Court, when they rejected the EFF application for levy, it was not the EFF that got rejected. It is the people of South Africa who lost because they are going to put an increase on fuel. And once you put increase on fuel levy, everything else goes up. The bread that goes to children at schools, the food that goes to patients in hospitals, all of that is going to be affected. And we're already saying life is difficult for our people as it were now. And to put any other increase on fuel levy, it will be to burden our people, and they cannot afford. And we are happy we took up that struggle, and South Africa can know that the 9% in parliament is working for them 24 hours. Some will win, some will lose, and they said we must pay the cost. The good thing is that we were both using junior councils, which means the costs are less. On the case of tax where we won, they said they must pay the tax, and the tax are for senior council. So when they pay us the cost of senior council, which is going to be high, we'll minus then give it back to them and remain with something.
However disappointing this case outcome has been, we had expected it. We have not had a fair run in the Western Cape High Court in the past, so it's quite a mixed and a difficult terrain. We have to look at the entire budgeting process, and part and parcel of doing that is to take the powers of taxation back to Parliament, because what has been happening in the past 30 years, partly because of the ANC majority, is that the Minister of Finance and the National Treasury have been allowed to almost run the budgeting process on their own. And this has led to some of things like this, where they are able to increase general taxation, and that is imposed to all of us, particularly the poor and the working class, without going to Parliament, without a money bill, and without having debated the matter in Parliament and given a chance to those who are democratically elected to vote on taxation. And what happened here is exactly that. They are going to impose a tax on us, which we never debated and never voted on. Parliament is still considering the fiscal framework. It has not been adopted, yet there's a tax that is being implemented starting from today. That is what we are challenging with the entire budgeting process, and we have to relook at this process. When we get a written judgment, we're going to study those things, and we have to go and look at whether the best possible way to review this and put it aside will be through amendments of the legislation, or we'll have to go to court to continue to challenge this. Yeah. But there's quite a number of court cases that has happened in the Constitutional Court. We make reference to Mark Shuttleworth case, New Africa case, which we need to go and get clarity from the Constitutional Court as to which taxation can the minister implement through notices and which ones should be dealt with through Parliament.